long as we get a red stream, there we go, yay! It'll come online. There we go. We're on YouTube. We are on Facebook. And I can't see none of your questions today. See, I can't see that super chat thing? Can't use it.
How come?
Well, because super chat doesn't work until you you go ahead and you get your monetization.
Are they still reviewing it?
Yep, still under review. End of June now, I'm being told. Derek Matthews, Maker Mike, Dan Wright, Frank Awesome, Mike Whaley. Hi there. I can't see any of your comments today because, oh, well, I guess I can. Let me just go over here. I'm only going to be able to see YouTube though. So I'm not going to get anything on Facebook. Who's over on Facebook? Franco Discala? Hello, Franco. Or Francisco? Franco? It's Franco? My Italian's not that good. My Italian's not good at all. As a matter of fact, my Italian sucks. Okay, let's go into the
All I really know how to say is morte de fame, which means I'm starving to death.
Ah, you're starving to death. Well, on today's show, you guys know what we're doing. We're opening up the end. No sound on Facebook. My audio should be working. Is it not working? Yeah.
Frank, that's what Frank was saying.
Frank, turn on your speakers.
Yeah, Ben Brady has sound. So.
Ben has sound?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's got sound?
It's Frank.
Okay. Just waiting for the Restream chat to come up. So I'm going to try and answer your questions as I'm putting together this wonderful little box that we've got today. It's the Ender 3.
Daniel writes, is there another reason to watch on YouTube? Oh, he's talking about the sound. Sorry.
Oh,
Mark Baker says, thanks for the birthday wishes.
hello.
The only Italian Richard knows is lasagna.
Yes, that's the only Italian I know. And spaghetti.
Shade.
Hey, there's German printing nerd, Mark Baker. So now I'm going to have to RT. Happy Monday, people. Yes.
So much yelling in the YouTube chat.
I know. Everybody's got their caps on.
Yeah, Frank will fix this sound. So we're good on Facebook now.
Oh, we're good on Facebook and YouTube? Okay, good.
I think so. I'm trying to find some way to come to Penticton, I'm hoping. Maybe we can throw Frank in the trunk.
Well, we can strap him to the top of the car. All right, I got 1:30. Should we run that intro?
I think so. I think that'd be a good
Let's run that intro. Hey, welcome to Coffee with Rich. This is our Monday live stream for the first layer. I'm glad to have you guys with me today. I can see some of your comments today here on Facebook. Anything that needs to be told to me, Jess is going to relay to me, or from Facebook, Jess is going to relay those. And on YouTube, I can see your comments. So today we're unboxing and assembling the Ender 3. Who am I? Oh yeah, I guess I'm your host, Richard Cleveland. I'm here with you 3 times a week. And we're going to start opening this with my trusty Husky knife, because I'm a Husky guy. So we're going to open up that. So the Ender 3 is the latest offering from Creality. And Spool 3D generously said, well, I don't even think it was a generous, they said, hey, here it is. Open it up. Put it on the show. So what we get when we first look in the box, we've got some instructions, which looks like a postcard. We have a bag of goodies. There's some belts in there. Wow, this thing looks like a real kit. Holy Christmas. And that's as much PLA as they give you.
That's enough for like...
That's enough for doing a cube. And then we've got a little spuddy knife. Okay, that looks like it's attached, so we'll take out all of these loose parts first. We'll get all of these out. So this apparently is a real kit. So we're going to spend some time putting this together, obviously because it's not pre-assembled in any way, shape, or form. There are some things that are pre-assembled, but not everything. So let's do it the right way. Let's start getting all of this stuff out. We'll toss all of the cardboard and stuff down in front of us there on the floor.
And Brady says Christy just rolled her eyes at that husky comment.
Oh, really? I like to think I'm a husky guy. So there's that.
Dawn said, well, hopefully we'll have enough cylinders for you there this year.
Yeah, hopefully. I've never put one of these things together before, so this is all brand new to me. There's our power supply. There's our motherboard.
Will this be a personal machine for you?
This, what's that?
Will this be a personal machine for you?
Would this be a personal machine for me? No. Okay, it looks like that's all there is to it, kids. So throw that down. Let's see what we got. We have an Ender 3 control panel. We have some 2040 extrusion with some parts inside which they don't really tell you about. We have our power supply. Some 2020 extrusion. All kinds of goodies here. All kinds of goodies in this one. A filament guide holder. A filament guide, other part of the filament guide. We've got a US plug. All right, so let's open up this part. Inside we have, let's see. They're going to give us all the usual suspects here. We have our warranty card or a guarantee. You want to fill that out. Then we get a dear valued customer, thanks for your order. Ender 3 is our latest 3D printer. Maybe this item still need to be improved for much better. Your advice is very important to us. Highly appreciated of your kind suggestion and support. Any question, feel freely to contact us. We will do our best to help you. Happy printing, thank you. So again, that wasn't translated very well.
Probably use Google Translate for that.
They probably did. Okay, so we've got the Ender 3 book here, and it looks like it is a little poster. So part one,
IKEA.
yeah, it's like IKEA. Part one, it says take everything out of the box. I think we did that.
You don't say.
Well, that's what it said. It says take everything out of the box. So we're taking everything out of the box. We're going to see what we got here. This is obviously our hot end. Okay, what does it want us to do now? Tells us we need to find some screws.
Step 2, don't assemble, call IKEA.
What's that?
Brian Baker says step 2, don't assemble, call IKEA.
Yeah, don't assemble, call IKEA. So we're going to open up these guys right here, where this beautiful piece of stuff is falling out of. It looks like this only has one Z-axis, which I find kind of strange. I'm in a rush, so I'm not going to bother trying to be gentle with this. I just want to get into it. It's like a bad date. One of those things you wish was over right away.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere completely different with that one.
No. This is a family channel.
Okay.
She doesn't believe me.
Yes, it does only have one Z. The PSU blocks the other side.
What's that?
Blaze by 3D at our thesis. Yes, it does only have one Z. The PSU blocks the other side.
Gotcha.
Brian Baker, any thoughts on Creality's statements about people ripping them off and to only order from their non-functioning website?
Do I have any suggestions on that? Well,
Or any thoughts?
I do have some thoughts on it. First and foremost, every company out there, first and foremost, is going to be at risk at some point in time of actually being copied by somebody else. It's just the nature of the game. But if you're putting your own name on it, then you're doing something wrong, as far as I'm concerned. But who knows? All right, so let's get a couple of things going here. We got to find all of our screws, which I think are in this bag. Man, do they ever make you work for this one? I thought this was going to be so easy, like the Creality CR10. It is not. Oh, look, they give you a little bit of flush cutters there.
Frank said rip it off like a 5-year-old with a Christmas present.
Yep, pretty much.
Or like me with a Christmas present.
Okay, step one, we need the M545s, which I'm going to assume are these guys right here. Yes, these are the M545s. I don't know if you guys, let me see if I can switch to that camera. The M545s.
It's focusing on the build plate, but yeah.
There we go. So we need these, and we have to assemble these guys in a specific order. And there's a left and a right. So let's go over here. So this side gets this guy, and the two holes should be right there. They're threaded. All right, so let's get this guy in. And now, most of you guys know I can't stand the cheap tools that they give you. So I'm going to go into Richard's little magic toolbox, because you just put it all back together. And he's going to grab the proper nut driver, and that's not it. There we go. We're going to turn this ender on its side for a moment. Now, one thing I will say about this ender too is that they've got really nice big wheels on them now, which I think is awesome.
Tim Barth says you will love it once you get it built. It wasn't a bad build at all. The ANET A8 killer for sure.
It's an ANET A8 killer. Well.
Oh, he said the ANET A8 was a killer for sure.
Oh, okay. So we're just going to grab that first one.
The Creality tools weren't bad. They lasted 3 more turns compared to the Princess Auto Specials.
Well, that's true. Be sure not to cross-thread this stuff like I have done in the past. Don't cross-thread this. Just take your time. So it doesn't look like this is going to be very hard to build, to be honest with you. Because they pretty much lay it out, and the instructions are very much laid out like IKEA furniture.
Make sure that you lift with 2 people.
Lift with 2 people?
Yeah, 'cause IKEA is always like...
Oh yes, IKEA, they always say lift with 2 people. So let's go to the other side here, and we'll put 2 in here.
Blaze says, I love my Ender 3 so far. I already have over 100 hours of printing on it. These
Wow.
are PSU and fans, though.
So they use cheap fans in it, is what you're telling me.
Tim Barth says, yeah, and the Ender 3 won't burn down your house.
Ooh, sounds like we got a couple of bitter people out there. So when you're putting on the left side, you're going to notice that there's 2 holes here. Just change over here. You can see that there's 2 holes here. I don't know how well that's coming in. Right there. They need to be towards the bottom of that rail. Wow, we've got a witty house today. There we go. Got that one started. Let's get this one started too. Would ANET A8 be considered an Ember?
I was talking to Brian. It would be.
It would be. Blazeby 3D and RC.
What?
That was kind of loud.
What?
I dropped my driver.
What?
You know what I like about this already? Is they didn't put any of that stupid blue shit in.
Blue?
That blue stuff that they put in for the rails.
No.
You know, the trim piece. The blue trim piece.
Oh, yeah.
No, she's not awake today, I'm telling you.
I was late, too.
I am telling you, she's not awake. All right, so we need two M5 by 8s. So we can put these guys back in their bag because we don't need them. I will say this for them, that they've labeled everything quite nicely as far as the bags go. So you know what everything is. So I will give them definite credit for that. And we're looking for M5 by 8s. These are the guys we're looking for right here. And then it does not say what pieces they want for that. Wow, that's interesting.
Oh,
Huh.
this is just getting more and more like IKEA every minute.
M4 by 20s, that's what they want. M4 by 20s. Oop. M4 by 16. M4 14s. M4 18s. M4 20s. We need those two. Okay, so first things first, let's put on the power supply, which I first and foremost want to make sure, when you get these power supplies, guys, make sure that you've set them accordingly to where you are. So this one needs to be at the 110 volt, and you just flip that little red switch in there and then you're all set. So this guy goes on here like so, utilizing a couple of these guys. Now we need the smaller one. And you just screw those in. Once you got one in, the other one should be fine. Should be easy to line up. Just give them a little turn to tighten them. There we go. They're done. Let's put the extra screw away, because that's going to be for our extras later on. Now they want us to assemble this guy, which is the front end supply. Or the front end control panel. And it's going to use two of those 4x8s to put that on. In all honesty, this could be an A8 killer.
This is sure starting to look a lot like the MK3.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, we have Canadian Maker Project in the house now.
Hello, Canadian Maker Project. I'm having a hard time finding the hole.
Hear that a lot?
Sometimes. There we go. Oh, that just slips in so nice. Which Jerry? My Jerry?
Your wifey.
My wifey, Jerry.
Said her YouTube is being an ass.
Oh, well. At least it's her YouTube and not her husband. All right, so what do we got to do next? And look, honey, I'm following directions. All righty. So we need the Z1. And equals 32 millimeters. Oh, now they want me to measure something? What is that all about? The whole...
You're getting a lot of laughs from that.
They want me to measure it? Where is the Z1? There it is. Z1. And it should be how high?
Jerry said I almost fell out of my chair when I saw that.
How high does it want me to be?
420 millimeters. Blaze it.
Well, not 420.
Yeah, then how high? 420?
Oh, 420? Ah, you're not funny.
No.
Well, that's kind of dumb. Where do you want it to be 32 millimeters from? Well, we'll figure that out when we get there. We're not there just yet.
Maker Mike says, oh, so many comments that would be inappropriate right now.
We'll figure that one out later. All right, so that's done. Let's move on to step 4. Oh, it wants us to put in that nice little motor that we had there somewhere. Where'd that motor go? Not that one, this one.
Maybe you should have read those before you started.
Heck no. This is the fun part.
Add the Z end stop and then adjust it once you have the gantry on the printer.
Well, I will. That's what I was going to do. Thank you for asking. Are we having fun yet?
Oh, always.
She's wondering, why does she come in and hang out with me? Well, of course it doesn't tell you what 2 screws you need for this side, because it's just in its own little world. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to try and use these guys here that we were using over there, and we'll go from there. Jeopardy. You're not funny.
I didn't play it over the microphone in case YouTube gets in the video.
Oh, here they are. Here's the ones they want us to use. Guess I don't need those.
Frank's trying to get me in trouble.
Why? You get yourself in trouble.
I wish it wasn't so hard to hear Jess. It's like hearing a one-sided conversation. Who all wants to hear what Jess has to say? I do.
Well, it just turns off her microphone, that's why. Okay, so right now, in case you guys aren't aware, I'm going to put the Z motor on. And I say Z, I don't say Z. Because I'm Canadian. I'm going to put these little nuts on here. Here's the fun part. You get to line all this crap up. There, I'm not even in camera. I'm threading those little T-nuts on there. Now we're just going to pop that in there. Hopefully our T-nuts stay straight. Pop that sucker in there.
That looks to be a tiny Z stepper. What does the rod look like?
What? What was that question?
That looks to be a tiny Z stepper. What does the rod look like?
I showed the rod earlier. There's the rod. So let's just put this.
Frank called me a church mouse.
A church mouse.
Yes.
There ain't nothing holy about you, girl. All right. So if you look at these instructions, They sure don't make it easy, let me tell you. Like, they don't tell you everything that you need to know. Half of it's a guessing game. So now we're going to put our rod in. Giggity.
Don't forget the lube.
Our rod is in. Now we got to tighten our rod. And we need another different size of...
They are colored like a Lego built guy. Frank said it's a really cool church.
That's a really cool church. All right, so that's on there. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it does kind of look like a Lego guide, doesn't it? Let's look at that again. There we go. Kind of looks like a Lego guide. So now we're on to step 5. And step 5 says we need that and those. Well, let's see. We need this. Okay, that's going to be interesting how to put that on. Okay, that goes like that, so we need to put in...
Add the Z end stop and then adjust it once you have the gantry on the printer.
Oh, I see what it wants me to do. Okay.
Being told to do here.
Stop telling me what to do! You guys are always so mean. Okay, we have to get into this one. I love the way people wrap stuff. They wrap it so tightly. This is the one we need. This one right here. See how it's got these holes in it? That's the one we need. And how this goes together is like really not very clear about how that goes together.
Ryan Baker said, Jess, quick, run and get some of the color strips from Derek. It looks so naked.
Yeah, it's really not clear as how that goes together. Okay, so if it goes on like that, it doesn't sit right. That's a little convoluted. Because you would have to take, in order to get this to sit properly on the outside like it says it's supposed to, oh, that's because I'm a dummy. Flip it over, dummy. Duh. Hi, my name's Richard, and I don't know what I'm doing. We need the M4 16 millimeters now. There we go. I don't have any clue what I'm doing. I'm a new guy. Let's put all these...
YouTube went offline for a couple of seconds.
YouTube's been doing that lately.
Brian Baker said, wrap it like a Christmas tree, it'll rustle, which is unique enough anyway.
That's not very nice, you know. But I understand who it's coming from, so.
It is Brian Baker.
It is Brian Baker after all, yes. So we're going to try and put these in with my big fat fingers. Like that. And try and wrestle this one in.
Oh, YouTube's offline.
YouTube's on? No, it's green. It's online.
YouTube crept out. Yeah.
Well, it's green now, so it's still going.
Maybe Frank just crapped out.
Well, that could be too. All right, so. Now this is the fun part, getting all of this lined up so that it sits right where it's supposed to sit. And getting the right tool for the right job. go through them holes.
Brian Baker said he's just getting his time in before you get a list of insults prepared for his Franken printer.
This is the fun part, trying to line all this up. There we go. Well, that doesn't help because that one's too big. This is the one we need. There we go. Look at that. We'll go back to that upper camera so you guys can see this stupidity shot. So they don't give you a heck of a lot of room to get in there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. But you got to get in there and you got to turn the thing.
It's all about finding the sweet spot. Nobody ever said it was easy.
That's true. All right, so that's in there. That's on there. Okay. So we've done our due diligence on that side. So let's move on to the next one. You guys want me to zoom in a little closer here? Now that I'm sitting down, I don't have to stand up. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'll just get Jess to run over there and just put the camera down just a hair. So you guys can see what I'm working on here. There we go. There we go, that's better. So now we've got this gantry together. We've got to put on this mess, which looks like it's all connected. So we put on this mess. That slides on. And that's your extruder, of course. And then we go ahead and put on the other side, which is this guy right here. Now, we got to make sure that this guy lines up the right way. So it should go like that. It should go like this. Like this, right there. And again, we're going to take a couple of these screws. Oh, this is way more than I thought it was going to be, putting this thing together. Ah, we come from the other side on this one. Of course we do. Can't be easy. We come from the back side. Let's line that up. And it's an M3. Tighten that right down. Let's do the last M3 here. So far, so easy, I suppose. It's a little more involved than putting together a CR10, that's for sure. And it does come with its own version of build tack on the plate. So you don't need glass. You can actually start printing right away. And now it's going to ask us to grab the belt, which is what we need next. And we're going to open up this little belt. And there is a specific way of doing this, apparently. So you got to come in here like that. So what you're doing is you're coming in from the top, going around the pulley, coming back in under the pulley, and trying to get it to grab. That's the tough part. Where are a pair of pliers when I need them?
Probably behind you.
Probably behind me, you're right. Now it's kind of dumb that they would make you put this piece on before, like put the extruder on before you put this belt in. That just makes no sense to me at all. And underneath the bottom of this extruder, you just wrap this around here, there's a couple of cutouts. There's a couple of cutouts right there. How well you guys are going to be able to see that or not, I don't know. But what you want to do is you want to take this belt and you want to slide it in right into that slot there, which is not an easy task.
Jerry said your pliers are probably in the missing toolbox, that you don't put your tools away in.
I put all my tools away today. Thank you very much, honey. Okay. There we go. I got it through. And we're just going to take that and we're going to push that one right in there. And that belt is now on. So what they want you to do now, once the belt is on, is they want you to grab some little piece that has to be in this mess somewhere. There it is.
Don says, lol, fingers are too fat.
Yes, my fingers are too fat. Thank you for reminding me there, Don. You're a hell of a guy, Don. There I am, just being miserable. All right. Okay, so we got those.
We got a bunch of shade in the chats today, I think.
I know, people are just like,
Everybody's in a bad mood. It's Monday.
it's Monday. Nobody needs to be in a bad mood on a Monday.
Well, except for people who don't do Mondays.
Well,
That's how everybody.
that's true. I don't make getting that pulley on there very easy either.
He gave his toolbar away last month.
What's that?
Franco Descala said he gave his toolbar away last month.
My toolbar? I have no idea what he's talking about. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tighten that belt by sticking in another screwdriver here and just pulling on that belt a little bit just to tighten it up. So that's all I'm really doing here is I'm just going to tighten that up just by cranking it this way. And now I'll just tighten those two nuts, and that will hold it where it should be. All right, so now that we've gotten that far, now we get to put this thing on the gantry. And we're getting pretty close to being done, actually. Oh yeah, don't grab it by that. So let's make sure we don't have any kinks in our wires, which we don't now. We have to get all of these wheels lined up. Welcome to hell.
Franco meant to say your toolbox. He gave the
Oh, the toolbox we gave away last month. All right, so I dropped a...
You might want to zoom out. You can't see your face.
Nobody wants to see my face anyway. Okay, so we've got that on there now. We got a little bit of rock and roll in action going on there. Let's give these guys just a quick little turn. There we go. All right, so we've got the gantry on there now. We are getting very close to being done here, which is kind of interesting because it's really weird that this thing doesn't sit very flat. Must be on something somewhere. He's on drugs. All right. So now that we've got that done, let's put the top bar on, which will be, we need 4 pieces of M525. Now we got a little extra piece there, so we're going to pop that back in there. We'll look for the M525 bag, which is that one right there. So the basic assembly of this is actually pretty much done. That wasn't hard at all. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. We take that, we put it on there. We take those, we drop them in there. You guys like watching me mess up and screw up on this stuff? Because I do. Thanks for an entertaining show. Why are you not grabbing that one?
Don says maybe the bottom frame just needs to be adjusted.
Maybe the who?
Bottom frame needs to be adjusted.
Well, that's a possibility. Zoom out here a little bit. There you go. Now you guys can see my head and my feet. So putting together the Ender 3 really wasn't that bad. I mean, we did it in what, less than a half an hour, a little over a half an hour?
42 minutes. Jerry said, just think how long it would have taken me to put it together.
Jerry, my wife?
Yeah.
Hell, we'd still be here on part 1. No, actually, it wouldn't have taken her long because she'd be going, honey, I don't get it.
Brian Baker says, just gonna apply a grainy black and white filter and play the Adventures with Bill music.
All right, so we've got these in. The last 4 screws to go in. I think we're spoiled by the CR10S assembly. I think we are too.
We'd be doing it with the extruded aluminum.
All right, now it's asking me to. I think what's happening is we've got some pieces.
Jerry Neff says loosen bolts on bottom.
Loosen the bolts on the bottom. I think what's happening is it's riding on some of the other stuff.
Are you missing some feet?
What's that?
Are you missing some feet?
No, the feet are all there. Okay, so it says stuff those little things in the corners. And the little things they're talking about are not in that bag. I know I had them here. Just 2 little caps that go on the end here. There they are. I'm just going to grab these 2 little caps. I'm going to put them on the ends. There we go. Zoom in a little bit. So they give you these caps that I just dropped on the floor. And all they simply do is they just go right in here. That's it. Just go right in there. And then they're done. You just press fit them in. And all it does is just tidies up the end of the material there. So once we have all that in, we got those on. It asks us to put the spool holder in, and then we get to connect everything, and we're done. Wow. I thought this was going to be a tougher job.
Don said butterfingers.
Butterfingers, yeah. So we need those 2. We need that. We need some M5/8s, I believe it's asking us for. M5/8s, yeah, and a couple of T-nuts. So we're going to take this, and it says to put it on like so. Put it on like that.
Jerry Knapp says check travel by hand up and down.
I'm going to have to go in and tighten all of those anyway. Well, it seems to go up by itself. Pretty good. Let's go down. And there's no binding. This is a good idea, just to double check. Make sure there's no binding on anything. And there we go. That's actually in pretty good shape. I really wish they would have put a second lead screw on this. I mean, I understand the size, so, but my personal preference would have been to put another lead screw on it. Maybe that's just me being picky, but
Maker Mike says there are four bolts to each side on the bottom sides that go into the x-axis. If you loosen them and give unit a little shake, it will square it up and get rid of the wobble.
okay, well, we'll do that as soon as we put in this one piece.
Don't forget to adjust the Z and stuff.
I won't forget to adjust the Z height. I promise. Stick that in there. So all we're doing is just putting a couple of M5 bolts and hammerhead T-nuts on here, just so that we can assemble this onto the frame. And for all intent and purposes, that's pretty much probably what we're going to end up with once we finish this. So, okay. So I'm going to drop that in right there, right by that bolt, which is where they asked us to put it. And we're just going to drive those home. All right, so that is in. Now this doesn't have a filament detection system on it, so it's been suggested that we take these and we just loosen them up a bit. And that should square up our problem. Still got it.
Does the Z belt have an idler pulley by the stepper?
Does it what?
Does the Z belt have an idler pulley by the stepper?
No. No, it does not. There we go. There we go. Now we're all square, nice and handy dandy.
Is it wobbly anymore?
Nope, no more wobble, but I dropped my... Things roll off this desk quite easily. I know my wife's going to have something to say about that.
What, the rolling or the filament toss?
The rolling. So we got that on there.
Don calls you a Butterfingers again.
Got that on there. Got that on there.
Don's just a little bit cheeky.
Don's being cheeky today, is he?
A little bit.
Put that tube in there. I'm going to route this cable where it's supposed to go. Very similar to the CR10. Actually exactly like the CR10. And now we are going to turn it on its side one more time and find out where all of these cables go.
Jerry said, why would I do that?
Well, I don't know. Why would you do that? Okay, so this has to come up to our Z motor. Now, I will say this. The one thing I don't like about this already is the fact that they got everything kind of twisted up in here when they pre-put this together. All of these lines should be nice and free. And as we go ahead and plug all of this in, back in.
They're saying you installed the spool holder backwards.
I installed it correctly according to the directions. So all you guys that said I did it backwards, tough. Plug that one in there. This is for the Z motor. And now last but not least, this mess, which is going to come up through here. Well, that's probably the easiest setup I've ever done. There's the X.
Sherry says you have to find out the hard way.
Usually.
Frank said maybe Richard got it right and everyone else got it wrong.
That could be too. Thanks for sticking up for me, Frank.
Careful, Frank. We don't need his head getting any bigger.
Oh, did she just say that? Okay, so those are all plugged in now. Now, there's one thing I am missing, and it is right there. And that would be the Z end stop, to which we still have to adjust.
Brian said those directions were from China, so technically it would be designed upside down, right?
EXP3. Everybody's picking on me today.
No, we're talking about the spool thing being backwards.
It's not backwards. And there we go. This is plugged in. Okay, that's plugged in. That's plugged in. Everything's plugged in. According to the, here, you know what? I'm even going to show you guys on the directions, seeing as you don't believe me. Guys are mean.
Were they right?
Guys are mean. I thought you guys were my friends. Okay, there. Are you happy now?
You have to say it. Come on, you have to say it.
I don't know. I was have a hard time saying that. Okay, let's make sure that that is too high. Oh, Jess.
If anything, blame Brian for that one. He told me to play that for you.
Jess, Brian.
We're fired.
Remind me again why I like you guys.
Jerry says.
There, that's better. There we go. That's bitter.
Daniel Wright says you can't use that power cord. You need to use the Canadian one.
Make America great again. All my American friends that are watching go, yeah, too bad he supports Trump. No, I don't.
Brian says we love you.
Of all the world leaders out there, Trump is the least person I support.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just saying.
Not getting into politics.
This is not a political show. Look at all the leftover screws. Wow, there's a ton of
It's
screws left
exactly
over.
like IKEA if there's leftover parts.
There's tons of leftover parts. These are all the leftover parts. Okay, so here comes that magic moment. That magic moment. Let's see if we can turn it on. You know what? I'm going to turn it around this way. Oh, don't like my singing even. I'm going to go to this camera. Please do not ask me for a full-blown review on this one because it's just an unboxing and building today. For those of you guys that go, ah, shit, I wasted my time watching this. This is just an unboxing. Calm down. So it's already on. It says Ender 3. Everything's reporting correctly. You guys can't see that. See, there you go. Everything's reporting correctly. Let's go to prepare.
Daniel Wright says those are extras for when you keep dropping the ones you need.
Okay. So.
And Don says, "Ah, I wasted my time." He is cheeky.
There's absolutely no bed leveling on this.
What?
There's no bed leveling.
Maybe you have to do it manually like you have to do with the A-net.
Well, nobody ever told me I had to do something manually. So let's preheat for PLA. And it's going to go up to temp. And once we get up to temp, we are going to... This is strange because it does the hot end first before it does the bed. And usually you do the bed first before you do the hot end. But could you pass me a Post-it note, please?
I suppose. I'll give you the cool one that's sitting on the baby palette.
Give me the cool one. See, we have cool ones. They're on a pallet.
RT
from
says
Uline.
manual work never killed anyone.
That's true.
What about the pyramids? I'm
Well,
sure lots of people died building the pyramids. And
you
that
are
was all
right. Lots of
manual.
people did die building the pyramids. Yeah, so there. Let my people go.
Phil says, where are the gummy bears? You need gummy bears.
There was no gummy bears. And you know what? For anybody watching, I'm going to say this. I am a huge fan of jujubes.
Jujubes?
I eat jujubes all the time, or red licorice, like the Nibs red licorice. I'll love it. Absolutely love it.
Wine gums for my dad.
Wine gums?
Wine gums.
I'll eat those too because they're kind of like jujubes. Oh, Brian Baker says it might need new firmware.
Might be cool to flash it with the CR10 firmware.
Well, we'll see when it gets up to 185 if it starts heating the bed.
John Powell is asking if you remembered to Z stuff.
Did I what?
Did you remember to Z stuff?
Yes, I did. Cheeky buggers. So when you go to the PLA portion of this, it does not heat the bed. It just heats the nozzle. That's interesting. So now I have to go into control, temperature, heat the bed. I'm going to heat the bed to 60. And once that bed heats up, we're going to start leveling it out. Oh, oh, are those ever tight? Wow, those are tight. Holy Christmas.
Brian Baker says, just remember this printer can double as a flogging device. You can use the spool holder to throw it like it's a hammer throw event.
Oh, okay. So we want to go up. this end. We'll bring that onto the bed.
It smells like a new printer in here.
Smells like a brand new printer in here. You guys are going to see how I do this. I'm going to start with this bottom right corner, or bottom left corner, where you home to first. I can stop moving the bed. Oh, I still got lots there.
I love the smell of toxicity in the morning.
Yeah, me too. I do like the fact that they've got these nice wheels now. I'm just going to start by getting them all up. And yes, I'm putting my hand on a 60-degree bed.
The knobs are the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, that depends on your point of view, I guess. Okay, so we are at temp. We're just starting to grab that now. Now, I'm not going to jump right to the right corner. I'm going to jump to the back corner first. The reason I do that is because diagonally, when you level your bed and you go diagonally, it actually works a lot better. Because trying to run around in a square, and this is just my own experience talking, but by doing this, you get a much more level bed. The last one's a little tough to get into.
The SD Mini is a pain because I have big fingers. Jerry Knapp said that Timothy has Ender 3 unified firmware with the Easy ABL.
Yeah. Okay, I got a little bit of resistance there. Now I'm going to come to the front corner on the right side, and I'm going to do this corner.
Maker Mike says by this point anything under 80 degrees is just warm.
Yep. He's right. So we're going to bring this one down so we can get our paper underneath it. There we go. That's good. And now we're going to go over to that other side in the back corner.
This is awfully reminiscent of an A8.
We know that that back corner is still too low. So we're going to, there we go.
Brian says, where's the best play to buy the Easy AVL? Quickly before Rich harps on me for modding my CR10S.
I'm not even going to touch that one. Okay, that corner is good. Let's go back to the front corner now. And we're a little high. You'll notice I'm doing this like twice. And the reason I do this twice is because I want to make sure I've got, now that's loose back there, so I gotta.
What's Timothy's website, TH3D?
TH3Dstudios.com, I believe. That's a little too tight. That's good. Now the last corner I've got to check is this one here. This corner is just a little bit too loose. Now we'll do this again. I guess I didn't go and do that back corner yet. I got to do this back corner yet. Now, this should be the same on all four corners now. Just a little too tight there. Now I can go corner to corner and check it all. That's good. That's good. That's just a little too high. That's good now.
Stuart Greenlee
And
says
that's
he
good.
loves your Batman shirt.
What's that?
Stuart Greenlee says he loves your Batman shirt.
Well, thank you very much. This is one of my favorite t-shirts. And you know what? The best thing about this shirt, it's one of those go ahead and sweat in it t-shirts and it keeps you cool. That's why I wore it today, because it's so freaking hot in here.
It's freaking hot outside too. It's 30.
Really?
Well, that's what my car said.
Okay, so
26.
we've got the tube into tube, and let's grab some PLA.
There's
And
some behind you there.
what's that?
Over there.
Yeah, I know there's some right there.
Oh.
I was going to grab that. I just got to find the... They give you a whole bunch of extra parts too. Like they give you these things here. So you've got some extra parts when your machine starts to wear out, and they give you a cleaning nozzle and a little bit of crappy ass CC Tree PLA. CC Tree PLA actually is pretty good stuff. So let's grab this card, and where you plug it in is right here on the front. I'm just gonna plug it in right there. So we'll take this card out. It's a 8 gigabyte card. Stick it in the hole there. And it does have the mechanism. It's actually kind of cute. Oh, so it's just a little USB stick. And let's see what's on that that menu.
Dawn says anything under 28 degrees is cold.
Okay. So it has a test dog. I guess that's what the PLA's for, is the test dog. But I have my own PLA right here. If I can find the end. There we go. So we're going to take that, we're going to give it a little snippety snip, snip, snip.
Apparently the card was empty for a skewed view.
For a skewed view.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, we've got some PLA in there. Let's go and raise up the gantry a little bit. Let's do an auto home first.
The camera is moving.
No, it's just because it's not moving. It's trying to track a face.
Oh.
That's why. We're going to print from the SD card. So go test dog G code. And it's requiring 200, so it's going to go up to 200 before it starts printing our dog.
Speaking of dogs.
Speaking of dogs.
Who wants to see Willow?
Nobody wants to see Willow. Willow's a pain in the ass. Now, I will give Creality credit for some of the things that they've done on this machine. It's fairly easy to put together. It probably still needs a little bit of adjustment. I'm going to say for sure it needs a little bit of adjustment. But once it's adjusted, I mean, is it better than the One-How Duplicator i3? Don't know yet. We're going to find out.
We have the votes in. I want to meet Willow.
Up, 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 up. That wire's not going to work out there. Okay, let's stop this and try it again. It got caught on that one cable. Let's try this one more time. We'll move the axis here. Get rid of that. We'll go back to our main, and we'll print from SD card again. Test dog. It's fairly noisy, I'll give it that. I think once you put on some dampeners, that'll take that noise away. So it looks like it still needs a little bit of adjustment. Because it's not sticking to the bed. Yeah, it's not sticking to the bed. So we're going to stop that, and we're just going to fine tune it here a little bit. Go into prepare, move the axis. So you can see there that it's not sticking to the bed very well. So we are going to have to just give this a slight adjustment all the way around. And then we should be fine to try this one more time. Now I could go through and do all the, you know, fine tuning, yada, yada, yadas, but what's the point? To me, this is, when you can eyeball it, then you're a professional printer. And usually when I get to this stage, guys, I usually eyeball it for the most part. It is a noisy little machine, isn't it?
What?
What? It is a noisy little machine.
But the public would like to meet Lilith, and I'm her broker.
Well, then you'll have to bring her up. No, over there. That's your job.
I'm not holding her up.
Well, you're the one who wanted people to see her. You got to hold her up. See, she's going right there just for you. So this back corner has to come up. Both of these back corners have to come up. For whatever reason, it is not happy. And you can't do baby stepping on this, just so you guys know. So when you want a baby step, you can't do it on this one. So this corner seems okay. So these three corners here, that seem like they're a little bit low. So we're gonna try this one more time. And this is just kind of the stuff I go through when I do this. I don't always trust the paper method. Usually I can get this on the first try, but still not catching that back corner. Whatever reason, it's not catching that back corner.
Jerry Nelson's American dollar bill works too.
There, now we're starting to get somewhere on that back corner. Do that on this front corner too.
Tim Barth says he uses a feeler gauge.
What? You know, I normally do use a feeler gauge, but I don't have that kind of time. I'm trying to get this done in a reasonable amount of time for you guys. Pull that off there.
Jerry says usually it involves yelling and threatening to break things.
I always threaten to break things.
Don says you forgot to clean the bed before you started printing.
There we go. That's looking better.
A Skewed View 3D said if anyone's looking for something to print, we are doing 3 new designs a week for 2018 and putting STLs up on Thingiverse, My Manufactory, and Cults 3D. Lots of cool stuff. There's something for everyone.
Okay.
So I asked them to put a link to Thingiverse on
Yeah,
the...
put a link to Thingiverse. All right, looks like I got it pretty much dialed in now.
Tim Barth says, what size do you use?
What size do I use?
For the feeler gauge, maybe, I think?
Normally I'll use a 0.08. That's way better. That's way better now. Sticking like it's supposed to. And once you've got this thing leveled out, you're getting good print on it, you shouldn't have any problems. You should be able to print on it all the time, every time. There we go. That's looking way better now. That back might be just a little too squished.
Unless you live by railroad tracks?
What's that?
Unless you live by railroad tracks?
No idea.
No idea.
That is way better now. So you can see we're getting a good bead. It looks like it's laying down a skirt or a brim. And it looks like the lines are good. They're stuck together well. Looks like they're all fairly even in terms of height. And there you go. That didn't take long at all. It only took us
An
hour and a half to
minutes.
get everything up and running.
Pretty much. Frank says it's always pays to spend more time initially, kind of like that first layer. It dictates how well things will work in the long run.
Absolutely, that first layer does dictate that. So you guys can see it going now. So I'm going to move over here so I'm not looking through it. So thoughts on the Ender 3? You know, it's a fairly easy build. I would prefer if they had 2 Z axes. And unfortunately, they only have 1 Z-axis lead screw. I'd prefer 2, but I'm not even sure what the cost is on this machine yet. but overall, it's doing a good job. It's laying down its brim right now, so then it'll do its dog, and we got enough filament there to do the dog for sure. Is it a machine that I would run out and buy today? Probably, yeah. I would say I would, because it's a fairly easy build. It's family friendly. You're still going to have to do some tinkering with it. I mean, I haven't adjusted all of the eccentric spacers, and I didn't do that today on purpose because it just would have taken too long. But make sure that you go and adjust your eccentric spacers so everything rides up and down nicely on your outer rails. Make sure you're not digging into the bed when you set it up, and you should be good to go. So we're going to let this dog print, and we will see you guys again on Wednesday. But first, we got to thank a couple of people. Spool3D.ca, Spool3D, print it right, print it with Spool3D. They've got everything you need from printers like this one, like the Ender 3, and they've got all the accessories and filament you could need for any of your 3D printing projects. So check them out today at spool3d.ca. Well, I want to thank Jess for coming in today and helping me out. There's her little hand. Look at that. Just poke her in the hand. And I want to thank Frank, who will be with me on Friday. On Wednesday's show, I am going to be showing you some of the differences between Cura and Simplify 3D. I use Simplify 3D myself more than I use Cura, but I am going to show you the differences, and I'll show you some of my personal settings for every printer I use, depending on what I'm making. Over on the i3 right now, we've got dark side printing, and that is by Emilio Vitt. Emilio has been doing some great work as of late. He just redid his He-Man sculpt, which I'm sure is going to be available fairly soon for you guys to purchase. Darkside was a great model. I loved the look of it. He did a great job. And then he also released Vampirella today, or the other day he released Vampirella. And I had a little hand in suggesting that he do that one. So I'm going to be printing Vampirella very soon. I'll probably be taking her with me to Penticton, which I will be in Penticton for Pentacon along with Jess on the 9th and 10th of June. So if you are able and you want to come by and say hi, I have no idea what booth number we're in, but I also will be doing a panel on 3D printing while I'm there. So I appreciate that. So check out Pentacon if you're going to be going that way into BC. Who else do I got to thank? Oh yeah, all you guys out there for watching the show, and all of you who take part in our Patreon campaign. As you know, I've been starting to do a little bit more. The bricks are going to be going out as soon as I get back from Pentacon. I have a lot of stuff to prep for Pentacon, so I'm not able to print any of the bricks right now. But the bricks will be going out to all of my Patreon subscribers and all of those who have gone in and bought me a coffee. Everybody will get a brick. So if you're interested in supporting the show on a long-term basis or on a monthly basis, you can go over to patreon.com/thefirstlayer and sign up there and put whatever amount you feel is good for your pocketbook. Or if you just want to buy me a coffee, because you know what? You know I love coffee. I will send you over to buymeacoffee.com/thefirstlayer. And I appreciate everything that you guys do for the show, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do some of the stuff that we do, and we wouldn't be able to make some of the upgrades. I am going to be starting the DVD series on mastering your, and the first one, of course, is on the CR10S. Master Your CR10S will be the first DVD, and I'm going to show you everything that I have learned and some of the tips and tricks that I go through every time I use my CR10S. And that will be available on the Spool3D website as soon as it is finished. Other than that, we still have some keychains available for those who want keychains. They are $5 a piece plus shipping and GST. There they are right there. Let me just, they are an acrylic keychain. They say the first layer on them, and they've got the key ring on the bottom. So they're about, what are these, a 1/4 inch thick? They're made, yeah, they're made from 1/4 inch acrylic, and they were all etched on a laser cutter, scanner thingy, whatever you want to call it. But there you go. If you want to get yourself one of these fancy keychains and support the show, they're $5 a piece. And you can just contact me because we haven't got the store finished on our website yet. So until next time, my friends, remember that the first layer is always your foundation to a great print. We'll see you next time.